Good morning, good afternoon, I don't even know. I'm late today and I slept in until, I don't know what time, 8:30? I don't know, I'm so tired, guys. I'm late because I've been staying up late because I'm trying to help people to provide as many of these masks as possible as people are requesting them. But that being said, I'm realizing as I looked at the clock before I did this that I'm not taking care of myself. So I know I've said this before, I need to set some different boundaries and limits, but that is why I'm late, and I'm just verbally telling you all that I'm going to work on that, and just setting limits for myself in terms of times that I'm doing things, and most importantly times that I'm going to bed, because at night I get really hyper focused. That's something that's kind of always been, not the night part, but the hyper focus. If I'm working on a task, I get really hyper focused with it, but I'm realizing in the mornings I'm struggling and I miss my morning time. So gratefully, it is the weekend, which meant that I could sleep in, that Andy can help me, but this is why I'm late doing this. And without further ado, let's get started on today's move, which is called the Beast. You maybe have heard it called Bear or other things, but I don't know, I call it the Beast, and I like that, like that name for it because it is beastly. So this move requires that you get on your hands and your knees. You want your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips, feeling that length in your spine. So abdominal muscles pull in and up, chin is away from your chest, not meaning that you're craning your neck and looking at the ceiling. You want to look right where your fingertips are. Pretend there was a line between your hands, and you want to look at the line that would be where your fingertips are, keeping your abdominal muscles pulled in and up. So again, we're not arching our back or rounding our back, we're keeping that length. There's a subtle curve, just the natural curve to your spine. So our toes tuck under here, your feet are about hips width apart, knees are about hips width apart, and then you're just lifting your knees up an inch. So this is the ground, this is an inch. We don't want to lift those hips all the way to the ceiling. We want to keep those hips level with our shoulders. Chin's away from our chest, and you can hold here and you will feel it. If you'd like to add on, you can add either a stepping to the left and a stepping to the right. You can add a hop to the left and a hop to the right. You can add 2 hops to the left, 2 hops to the right. So those would help get your heart rate up a little bit more. You're working right here. So that's your quads, right on the top of your thighs. Another move, so that's the primary muscle. You're also working your shoulders, your chest, your triceps, biceps, back, and abdominal muscles. So basically everything. Everything but the back of your legs. So another modification here to take away balance, but that wouldn't have that movement with your lower body, would be to lift those knees an inch and do shoulder taps. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you're not shifting through your torso. You're keeping that torso as motionless as possible, and you do that shoulder tap. If you want to get fancy, you can do a hop, and then back to center, tap, tap, whatever you want to do to keep it fun and fresh. So we've got one more of these, and then next week, my plan is to do a weighted move every day, and then on Saturday, I will do all 5 moves together, and on Sunday, I'll do all 5 moves together again. So grab weights, detergent, something that I showed you that you can use at water bottles. You can fill water bottles up, whatever. But for next week, grab something that you can use for weights that you can hold in your hands. Remember, rocks work too. Everybody should be able to find 2 rocks, anything that you can fit in your hands. So as you can tell from my breathing, that beast jumping around does get your heart rate up. And that's it. That's Saturday. Happy Saturday, everybody. And happy Easter tomorrow. I'm taking a rest day tomorrow, but I will record a move for you tomorrow morning. Just not sure what time because I can't come downstairs before Ben because I don't want to see what the Easter Bunny brought before Ben does, and I don't want him to follow me down and come downstairs before everybody in the family can come downstairs. Anyway, have a great rest of your day.